I have a new opening.
Okay.
Good morning.
I told you we should keep the cowbell.
You were right. I was going to get rid of it, and Sam said, no, keep it. And you were 100% right.
Well, because I know the way your instincts work.
Yeah, there's good use for it.
That's right.
It's red. It's in front of me. It's got to be used.
I think that's right. Welcome to the show. It's a celebration in here.
Sure is.
Thirsty Thursdays. It's exciting.
It really is.
It's an exciting time to be alive.
And I feel that I feel good about all of us and the team effort.
Do you feel good about us as humans?
I do. I feel good about us as humans. I feel color brave.
I didn't know that was a term, color brave.
I didn't either. But sometimes it just takes a mishap in a coffee place to teach us all about race.
To be color brave.
Oh, it's really important. Instead of color blind, be color brave.
Do you think Starbucks had a committee think of that for them?
It's weird to watch a corporation of that magnitude panic so completely.
I mean, it's insane.
And to look at the videos and the team guidebook and my notebook, and to listen to the Westworld robotic language. There's zero humanity in it. There's zero sincerity in it. There's zero common fucking experience in it.
There's absolutely no reality to any of it.
It's
nobody's experience.
Utter shit.
Right? That's it.
It's utter shit.
That's it, isn't it?
Hi, from one human to another human. I would like to shut the fuck up.
What are you talking about?
Let's get my coffee.
So
I want coffee.
Yesterday, unfortunately, due to Luis J. Gomez, I mean, I've never seen anybody get all wound up in an argument like that before.
How did you think you did?
Oh, man, he was...
Mike's not on.
Yeah. You were hoping, weren't you? You're like, let's go to Troy on this one. Troy!
He was on fire. But, he just was kind of spinning in circles a little bit.
Well, it was like...
He was dug in. He was dug in.
It was like a wildfire.
Yeah, I think he knew it.
It wasn't a controlled blaze.
No, I think Lewis knew it.
Right.
I think Lewis likes to do good radio.
I do, too. I think Lewis is the type that when he starts going down a path and realizing that it's an argument, he likes to stay there.
Yeah, he doesn't care if it's right or wrong. He just wants it to sound good.
But
which I guess he's actually a better broadcaster than he gets credit for, because he just wants it to sound good.
That's right.
He doesn't really care if he's right or being made an ass out of, as he was yesterday. He just cares about being good on and entertaining on the air.
Right.
Which is probably the goal we should all have.
I guess so. Although, I mean, there's also nothing wrong with actually putting something out there that's right.
Yeah. We're saying that you're wrong when you feel like you're wrong.
Yeah, I don't think that it's two schools of thought.
Yeah.
But we didn't get to watch the beginning of their training video.
Really important stuff.
You remember this week, they canceled everything for an afternoon. They shut down 8,000 stores.
Good.
So that they could send all the employees to racial bias training.
Yep.
Because Starbucks was racist for a long time.
Sure, and they didn't know it. And, when you see the guys in Seattle who are really running the corporation, they just didn't understand that it was happening on the ground.
They didn't understand, yeah.
The racism that they had fostered on the ground.
Mm-hmm. They didn't realize they've been up in the ivory tower so long, they weren't down with the troops.
Yeah, they weren't down there with the ground troops, and they didn't realize that out of the probably, 4 or 5 million transactions a day they do, they had 2 that were not good.
Right.
And that needed to have the entire company in an upheaval.
I also love that and I guess all corporations kind of do this, they make it seem like there's some kind of group mentality here.
Yes, us.
Right, but we've all had hourly jobs. Like, we've all worked in fast food places or stores in the mall or wherever. And when you work at a place like that for minimum wage, when you have basically Stalker Patty's job, you don't feel like you're part of the Starbucks team.
No, and you don't care.
You don't care at all. If you're making $12 an hour at Starbucks, and the competitor says, "Hey, you can come over here for $12.25," you're going because it doesn't matter. You're just there for the check.
Watching them handle it like this, it's fun to watch them completely panic.
Yeah.
And if they had just made that after that second video, say, "Hey, all right, from now on, here's new company policy: you cannot use the restroom until you have already made your purchase." That's a store-wide policy for all customers. Problem solved.
Or you know what could have happened? They could have just not talked about it, and it would have just gone away.
That one eventually would have went away.
The
first one was bad, but the second one would have went away.
The bathroom thing would have gone away 100%. They did not need to institute new bathroom policies
probably
at
did not.
Starbucks. But they also, as much as this one wouldn't have gone away, the Philly one where people got arrested for sitting down, or according to Louis J. Gomez, shouting "Make me" while wearing their do-rags.
Yeah, exactly. Basically being Black Panthers and starting a riot instead of just two real estate guys.
But it wouldn't have gone away, but they didn't need to react with this much drama.
I've never seen
yeah.
an overreaction like this.
We just talked about Roseanne yesterday, and I've never seen a reaction like this either.
Yeah, this is a bigger overreaction than the Roseanne firing.
By far. By far. So let's watch the first few minutes of the Starbucks training video, because
it's important.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's just Starbucks that should stop being racist. I think it's all of us.
I want to foster sameness.
It's such a good ideal, you know. As people that are raising the generation under us, we should teach them all about sameness and eliminating cultures.
Do they say diversity is good or bad, though? I never know how that works. They say that we shouldn't see anything, but yet diversity is important, and we should embrace diversity. But yet if you enjoy somebody's culture and adopt any of it, that's cultural appropriation. So are we supposed to just kind of look at culture and go, boy, that's good, or person, that's good?
You can enjoy and appreciate a culture, but if you start to adopt any of it, you have to be heavily researched on the culture and be giving back to it.
Good, important stuff.
Yes.
Good. Thank you for the clarification.
Yes, it's very, very important.
Without a doubt, the events in Philadelphia prompted us to bring 8,000 stores and 175,000 partners together.
Even calling it, I had a problem even before partners, even calling it the events in Philadelphia.
How about just saying the arrest?
Yeah, they're talking about it like it's 9/11.
Why don't you just use but this is what they do in these. First of all, it's this silly ideology, and it's also this corporate speak.
Yeah.
The events. Just say it. The arrest.
Right.
You know what it was?
Remember when we arrested those black guys in Philadelphia? Fucked up.
Yeah.
We fucked up.
I like 175,000 partners. Partners.
They're all partners. Yes. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like... Look, we rank at SiriusXM higher than a lot of people. Do you feel like you're a partner of SiriusXM?
I feel like I'm a disposable baby wipe.
That's exactly right.
Because that is not who we aspire to be.
Oh, important.
529 is an opportunity to renew our commitment to the third place.
529 is the date. That's the new thing.
Oh, no, it isn't. That's what you're right.
529 is the date. Like 529, that's like the rebirth.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, 529 is how they were going to refer to it.
I didn't even get, I was like, is 529 like the policy number?
No.
They really are, again, they're acting like it's 9/11.
They really are. Because the time that that ugly racism crashed into our two giant coffees,
Right.
And they opened the team guidebook, which we are lucky enough to have. The team guidebook has got some. Oh, for Pete's sake! I knocked my clip off my notebook.
Well, yeah, don't knock it off your notebook.
The team guidebook's important stuff.
Thick as a mug.
Yeah, this thick as a mug. Fucking guide me to coffee.
It's very, very good. Yeah, we've got. Looks like it's about 70 pages.
Yep.
It's a 70-page guidebook about how we cannot be racist anymore.
But the first thing is really important. It says, our mission, page 1, our mission.
Okay.
Because we want to uplift others, we exist. To inspire and nurture the human spirit. One person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. Because we want to uplift others, we exist. I think it's important to not be overly dramatic.
Do you?
I'm glad they handled that well.
Do you feel inspired when you order your coffee and then just 5 minutes later they just shout Jim and it's there?
They never shout that because it's never the name I give.
Oh, no.
But they'll shout Edgar or Chip. Yes, I do feel inspired.
So when Rob goes down to get the coffees in the morning, he sometimes comes back with up to 4 beverages. He must be just given a dose of inspiration like nobody can handle.
Yeah, he's hoarding it from everyone else with all that coffee.
Their new their phrase that keeps being repeated throughout this guidebook: every human seen, respected, uplifted. Uplifted. Can you imagine going to a coffee place and then being like, you know what? You can have a great day today. And you know why? Because you're worth it.
Well, did you read what I tweeted last night? I tweeted something I read online from this. It was a little piece of it, and the language they use, the robotic language, that is go down just a little bit. So just you don't have to click on what I wrote. Just click on what they wrote. Starbucks Executive Vice President Roseanne Williams gave an example. I guess this is from one of these books.
Okay.
Claiming she observed a barista approach a customer who was using uncomfortable language and say, "You are in our store every day, and we love that this is your third place. But from one human to another human, the language that you are using is making other customers uncomfortable. So either you have to change your behavior and stay and be a part of our third place, or I'm going to have to ask you to leave, and you can come back at a later time when you feel like you can be a part of our third place. And in fact, if you want to go have a seat, I'll bring you over a cup of water just to make sure it's a great rest of your day." That's the Westworld.
The hell does it mean?
That's the Westworld discussion she heard in a Starbucks, which I'm sure took place. That's not just some corporate asshole creating something for the book.
Oh, yeah. No. She observed it.
And either you have to change your behavior and stay and be a part of our third place.
What's third place?
The third place is what Starbucks is. I guess the first place is your home.
Okay.
I mean, I don't. Maybe the second is your job. I don't know. I haven't gotten that deep into it.
I see. And
my third place was different.
What was your third
my
place?
asshole.
Okay.
behind my balls and nipples.
I see.
Which, as far as tickling is concerned. But first of all, but from one human to another human, who the fuck talks like that? What type of robotic, insincere shit? One human. We know what you are. Do you ever need the species clarified to you when you're discussing this with someone?
At no point in any conversation in my life that I've ever had with anybody have I looked at them going like, I wonder if they're a human being.
Well, let me say, I have had to do that. I've said, look, from one human to management, I've had to have those moments.
But if management came to me and said, Sam, from one human to another human, we're trying to make Sirius a third place for the people. And that's what we like to think of as the product that goes out there. We're like family to what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about?
It's Scott, Missouri says this is the progressive left and it will hurt them.
Let's go to Scott. What's up, bud?
This is the thinking. I kind of agree. I kind of don't. Yes, Scott.
Yeah. Hey, boys.
Sorry to read your point.
This overreaction and this oversensitivity, I think a lot of this it's just a product of the progressive left, and I think the more that they just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, people are finally going to get fed up with it and just say, fuck it. And I think they are turning off some Democrats that either will not go to the polls or they may even vote GOP. I think they're just going. Today's Democratic Party is not the Democratic Party of.
Yeah, but don't you think there's complete madness on both sides?
Yeah, it's crazy. This is what happens when you take.
There is.
It's a liberal ideology, but it's also when a corporation gets involved, and they make it this structured, and they make it like change that. It's both sides, dude. It's horrendous.
Here's what's going on. This is just today. Just today. On the far left side of things, you've got influence that is causing corporations to have behavior where you have people going up to other people and going from a human to another human. But on the GOP side of things, you've got a president who's meeting with Kim Kardashian in the Oval Office. So it's like, what's our choices here?
It's really all
right.
terrible.
You're right. There's extremes on both sides, and I think most Americans are somewhere in the middle. But I think if you could take those people in the middle and just ask them honestly, I think they are getting kind of fed up with this progressive kind of, I'll call it bullshit, but just this overreaction culture, and it is gradually pushing some of those people in the middle, pushing them to the right. Even they might not want to go, but it's like they're holding their nose and like, well, I'm not a big fan of the right, but I sure as fuck ain't a fan of this stuff here. So I'm going to vote GOP.
It's the language policing, but it's also as you get older that happens too. When you say push, it's because as years go on, people get older. A lot of times they change a little bit.
Yeah.
That's an age thing too. You know, the older you get, the more you're like, what the fuck? Don't tell me what to think. You know, you just start getting annoyed.
I think Joe in New Jersey probably has the best take on all of this. What's up, Joe?
Joe, how do you do,
Guys,
Joe?
Hello, gentlemen, and how are you?
Fabulous.
Cool.
I just wanted to say
One
that
human to another human.
can I talk?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
Sorry.
I didn't mean to interrupt you in your third place.
No, you're still interrupting.
Oh, I'm
But
sorry.
It's okay,
Joe.
I love you.
Go ahead.
All right.
Oh no.
Ready? Okay. This is just... Hello?
Joe.
Just fucking...
Stupid fucking blabbermouth cunt!
That was funny.
Thank you, Joe.
This is just fucking coffee. There's more important things to worry about in this world, like transgenders, or as I like to call them, hybrids. This is fucking ridiculous. It's coffee.
All right, Joe.
And
Thank
I'd
you.
just like to say that I love you guys, and take care, and God bless.
Thank you, brother.
From one human to another human.
Yeah, it really is. It's fucking crazy. Let's listen to a little more.
I think we should.
I don't want to lose focus.
No, you're right. You're right. From one human to another, I appreciate
Would you object to playing?
I'll ask my human. I don't want to say friend.
Our partner.
Our partner Troy. This is a cult.
Yes.
This is how cults speak. By the way,
it's completely. Carlin is one who raised the point about like the how you remove the humanity when you add syllable. It's one of the greatest points a comedian's ever made about anything.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at how they do it, there's no humanity in it.
When you add syllables,
like he's saying, when a dump becomes a landfill, and how shell shock became post-traumatic stress. It's just this whole genius. It's
great,
absolutely brilliant. But when you look at, there's no human connection in any of these words. It's just from one human to another. It's really robotic language.
Yeah. Partner Troy.
Yeah.
Would you mind continuing on with the clip?
Let's proceed.
How does partner Teft feel?
I think anything personal, you guys should be storing in your notebooks for reflection later.
That's a great point.
We
Great
don't have
point.
to.
It's a valuable point.
What makes you you?
Right.
What makes me me?
That's a great point.
Great point. Great point.
Go ahead, guys.
Thank you,
To the
partner
third
Teft.
place. Because we understand that racial and systemic bias have many causes, sources.
By the
and
way,
ways
the
of
book
showing
here, it's like a child's story. in the video, the fucking book that they're turning, it's like watching. It's a massive. It's like looking at one of those photo books in a store. Where they're the giant book on display.
Yeah.
Like when you saw the atlas in the library.
Totally.
Yes.
You just look at the world.
up within each of us and in our communities. So to get things going, Kevin will welcome teams.
We are here to make Starbucks.
Oh, there's the crybaby CEO.
Yes, there he is. Jesus Christ.
I'm racist.
Yeah, just pulled his fucking face out of a sun lamp. Fucking red-faced idiot.
You think he hit a tanning bed before the big
Oh, my God.
I'm not racist video?
His rosacea panic. Just rushes to all the blood rushes to his face.
You think he's getting blotchy as he realizes that people
God.
are judging him?
He is fucking he's collapsing under the weight of the racism. But this is what happens when people are so out of touch with what happens. They see something like that. Yeah, it was shitty. But to be shocked, like to be shocked to the point where you shake up your company like this and embarrass your entire corporation like this publicly.
If you really are against what happened there, all you have to do is be like, yep, that one employee did not reflect our values. We've decided to let her go. And move on.
Yeah, or just do what he did. He met with those guys.
Cry on the news?
Well, that was humiliating. But he met with the guys. He talked to them. Hey, that's great. That's what you got to do sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, we
Sure.
fucked up. And the girl, whatever, she maybe overreacted a little bit. Let's try not to do that anymore. But there's 107. When you have 175,000 employees, you're going to have people. If one of your employees is literally screaming the N-word and throwing coffee at a customer a day, that's still not too many considering there's 175,000. If one employee a day, one partner a day, gets coffee and says, "What Jew ordered this?" All right, that's very bad, but it's one out of 175,000 people.
Percentage-wise,
It's very low.
right. You're still doing really, really exceptionally well.
You're doing exceptionally well if you have the occasional incident where somebody is shitty, when you have that many people working for you. It doesn't mean that your whole fucking company is racist and needs to rethink everything about who you are as human beings.
Isn't it insane?
What an asshole.
It's all blotchy
Holy
trying to figure out his
shit.
next move.
Isn't this what you have to do now, though? The
Absolutely
overreaction?
not. Absolutely
Because
not.
if you just try to sweep it under the rug, then you know what happens if the boycotts come out and the
Yeah, but you
stockholders
went-
are pissed.
But
and-
it's not a crazy point. Our partner Troy makes a good point.
I'm sorry, partner Troy, and I didn't mean to demean your point
To
at all.
denigrate your point.
I did not mean that. Okay, because your point was valid, and I accept it, and I hear you. I do believe that there is a middle ground between blotchy overreaction and sweeping it under the rug. You know, if you fire the lady who was called the cops, if you go and meet with the guys who were treated poorly, you can give them those Happy Gilmore Starbucks for life cards. Do whatever you got to do. Do something. But don't turn your company upside down.
And the guys weren't even dicks about it because the guys took like $1 in the lawsuit with the whatever. Like they were, and the money that's going to be donated to some
To the city.
some city.
Yeah.
So the guys were definitely not being dicks.
No.
Partner Shitloaf.
Yeah.
He's waving.
He's not in it. He's not. I do enjoy though that partner Shitloaf is still partner Shitloaf.
Yes.
Yeah. It's good.
Everyone feels welcome.
And Common, one of our guides, will help folks start.
They didn't want to acknowledge that we need to have a black guy, so they get Common.
One of our guides.
Why do you need him as a guy? He's not a corporate guy.
He doesn't work for Starbucks,
No, he
man.
doesn't.
What's Common doing
I don't
there?
know.
He must have gotten paid a lot of money for this. A lot. I mean, you talk about corporate gigs. This is one of the great corporate gigs for Common.
Yeah, this really is.
And they're all going to just sit there. Do you know what the executive table is going to look like listening to Common talk? Like, right.
Oh yeah, this is really a good video.
This is good stuff.
This is good stuff. I've learned. I hope everyone here. I hope all my partners have learned.
Right. And I'll tell you something about Common. He's anything but.
Yeah. First name should be On or something.
That's good. That's good stuff. We're going to hear from our guides. Common.
Partner Chipperson here.
And Lyle Chipperson.
To bring some laughter.
Yeah. Comedian Lyle Chipperson will be here for our lunch break.
Hey, your face is all red. What, did you fucking fall in a period?
Who hired Chip? He doesn't understand the spirit of our meeting.
Yeah, my third place.
What does it mean?
I'll think of it.
Let's give partner Chip the time he needs to think of his punchline.
It's where everyone feels welcome.
Why can't you say everyone twice? That covers everyone.
Everyone.
It's like when you say a word. We say words twice. I don't know why.
Well, it's to really add emphasis. Because it's really, really, really
important.
Really important.
Where everyone.
Right. Because he's sitting there going, oh, I bet these guys watching this video are thinking to themselves, he doesn't mean everyone. Oh, no. Everyone.
Oh, he does.
Everyone, including Common.
Thank God Common's here.
Thank God.
Common always brings it home for me.
Yes.
One of our guides will help folks start exploring their own identities.
Helping people see each other fully, completely, respectfully.
Once partners have gotten warmed up,
that's good stuff.
They will start to explore the third place.
Hold on, what kind of warm up do you do about racism? Blacks and whites and Jews and gays.
Jim, we do.
The Irish, the Italians. I'm just getting warmed up. What type of warm up do you do for a racial training video?
Well, you have to shake all the prejudices out of your body. Yeah, just to get back to your human form.
Yeah, humans are all the same.
And its relation to our mission. Howard will join the conversation and explain why the third place even matters, its origin story. And he'll also share his hope.
They capitalize the T and the P in third place.
This is a Scientology video. This is they have gone the extra mile. They've gone past let's train people to not be racist and created a Starbucks cult that they're trying to get everybody involved. You're right. Third place is capitalized.
T and the P are capitalized.
And they keep saying it, even though nobody's ever said that.
No one has. They're trying so hard to be at the forefront of a cultural revolution, and they're bombing miserably.
Superheroes have origin stories.
Right. Not Starbucks.
Not
Starbucks. Yeah, exactly.
Not coffee
Not
places.
529.
Yeah, 529, our third place. What is your origin story from one human to another? I want to sit down with the CEO of that and go, look, Kevin, I want you to understand something. You're an ass.
What do you think the meetings were like? How many meetings did they have to get all the terminology correct? We'll call it 529. We'll talk about the third place. We'll do like there's so much stuff in here that was all discovered in a boardroom. They want to brand every sentence.
They want to brand. That's a great way to put it. They want to brand every sentence. It's this young, embarrassingly progressive ideology which removes any type of connection to real life and corporate shit mixed together, and this is what you get. It's like the words hurt when that came out. You get the corporate obsession with not making another mistake with this this idiotic. It's not just progressive. It's like beyond progressive. This is not necessarily just progressive. This is progressive. Yeah. Scrubbed even cleaner by a corporate lawyer.
You're right. This goes beyond politics. This is corporate.
Yeah,
you know, and like
to make it perfect for everyone.
Everyone. When Taco Bell created fourth meal, I was all for it because really what they were saying is if you're drunk or stoned late at night,
sure,
Taco Bell's open, you could get some tacos and it's okay. Tacos, yeah. Like I'm like, okay, I can get behind that corporate strategy. Third place, I cannot get behind. Third place, they're like work home, Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
No.
I think that's the third place. I don't know. I've never heard of it.
It sounds right to me.
They should just call it the bronze. Fucking assholes.
How long until there's third place branded merchandise?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you know they're gonna make some money.
Oh my God. You know what? Yeah. That's how they're gonna make up for this day off. They're gonna sell a third place. If you bring in your third place cup,
your tumbler.
Yeah, relaxing at my third place.
I just hope that Nathan Fielder comes out with dumb third place.
And dreams for this next era.
And so on a personal level, I want to ask you that together, we do everything we can to build that third place in your store.
And it's from this anchoring point that partners move into a real and honest exploration of bias.
Where everyone is welcome.
How do you define bias?
Hold on. That's when you want sex and you pay for it. Bias.
I define bi-ass as my co-host.
You stupid fucking blabbermouth!
That really works for this.
Oh my God. I'm never going to love a clip more than that ever.
It's great. It's great. Even you don't even need it clean.
No,
it's so good.
It's so good.
Hobson, and experts from the Perception Institute, as well as a Starbucks store manager, explore what bias
I love
means.
his solemn look at the table. Boy, that guy in the suit. No, he's with three corporate women.
That's right.
And he better not fuck up. Just nod. And he's got like the pensive, like, I'm taking this all in.
You know what just occurred to me? Anybody that's worked in retail or fast casual food service, the douchebag. Troy, you've worked in food service.
Partner
Troy. If I'm not mistaken, as a human being, you've had a profession in food service.
I've worked at Starbucks.
You've worked at Starbucks.
I have.
Okay. The douchebags that end up being store managers of those places, these douchebags are the ones that are going to be leading up team meetings and trying to get the employees to construct a third place in their store.
Oh yeah, they take it very seriously. I'm sure they're watching this and being like, okay, this is what we're doing, team. We need to get it together. I'm sure it's
and what are all the employees doing?
They're just kind of rolling their eyes and going with it because they need the job.
Right. But what the fuck is this guy talking about?
And they're getting paid to do nothing but sit there.
Right.
And by the way, half of these guys who become, or women who become corporate, like the top, they don't even come from Starbucks. They're just corporate people. And they come from another corporation. Like these fucking CEOs don't work their way up. They come from Kmart or they come from some other Sears and then they run this place.
Yeah, that's how you know Starbucks is not special. The CEO from like NASCAR is now the CEO of Starbucks because coffee and race car driving or whatever.
Is that who that guy is?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying they get like you hear when a new CEO comes in, he's just the CEO of a completely unrelated company before this.
The store managers don't care.
And of course not.
It's a $30,000, $40,000 a year job. My store manager at Burger King put soap in the burgers of people he didn't like when he heard them on the drive-thru. Like they're not these amazing people.
No, they're not. Yeah, that's the other, like the store managers, they're making enough money to get by, but they're not sitting there being like, yeah, Starbucks is really changing my life. Because they're not.
Here's how you know they're uncomfortable. because their mouths are all shut. They're closed, like nodding. Like when you're just sitting there talking, your mouth doesn't have to hang open like a mouth-breathing idiot. But their mouths are not relaxed.
You know why? Because they're just sitting there purse-lipped, waiting for the other person to completely be done talking. There's no conversation of like, let me jump in here and let me interject there. It's just keep your mouth shut. And then when it's your turn to speak, speak.
Her jacket is awful. Her what would you say? It looks like a cheese grater. Her jacket and shirt. A fucking terrible outfit that lady has on.
She really is.
It looks like it's made out of long underwear.
She's wearing long johns. Just stupid purple. You the fucking Joker.
People rubbing Parmesan blocks on her chest.
A dumb purple flower. Awful.
And experts from the Perception Institute, as well as a Starbucks store manager.
Hold on, what's the fucking Perception Institute?
I don't know. Maybe it's where they invent third places.
What is that's what it is. Let's look what this asshole Perception Institute. What's an expert from the Perception Institute?
Okay. The Perception Institute inspires people to live their values. Our brains like to be right. Our hearts strive to be good. The very experience of racial difference, however, can send these basic human impulses a Twitter.
Wait. Instagram.
Unless disrupted, stereotypes embedded in our brains can turn into implicit bias and lead to discrimination over time. And racial anxiety, the concern that we might confirm our own biases or experience bias from someone else, makes racial navigation even more challenging.
So this is who Starbucks went to.
Yes.
For help. This was their PR move. They went to the Perception Institute.
Right. Who
probably wrote most of this shit.
I'm sure they did. I took from that racial anxiety is when you're afraid you might be racist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and believe me, that is what all those fucking white people in upper management are experiencing.
Yes.
Racial anxiety.
Absolutely.
They're afraid that the fact that they feel just a little better and just a little smarter is going to be obvious.
Right.
Now, it says about Perception Institute. Perception Institute is a consortium of researchers, advocates, and strategists who translate cutting-edge mind science research on race, gender, ethnic and other identities into solutions that reduce bias and discrimination and promote belonging. We work in sectors where bias has the most profound impact: education, healthcare, media, workplace, law enforcement, and civil justice. It's just shit. Mm-hmm. We don't need this.
Right.
It's not needed.
Do you think Starbucks came up with the idea that they're going to start calling themselves the third place? Or do you think that the Racial Institute did? I think it was Starbucks that was like, and I think that you're 100% right. They said, we want home, we want work, we want us. Let's start calling ourselves the third place.
I don't know who brands these things, but the Perception Institute may do that. But just how, again, the Perception Institute.
Right.
It's robotic.
There's nothing human about it.
It is this discussion and what you're seeing here in this language is literally like something that would have been in a movie in 1985 or 1986. In the future, we will belong to the Perception Institute, where from human to human, we will enjoy our third place. It's Westworld shit.
We're being taught how to perceive. That perception in and of itself is supposed to be just that.
The human experience is sloppy. It's not pristine.
Right.
It's not completely cut and dry, and it's not without gray areas. It's not how it works. We have prejudices. We have biases. Hey, look, if you're going to be a racially insensitive asshole, you're either going to get fired or you're going to stop being that way.
We used to call them gray areas, but going forward, we're not going to mention colors.
That's a good point.
Because we're color, what was it? Color
brave. Not colorblind. Be color brave.
We're color brave here. So no more gray areas. It will be, just call it an area.
Yeah, how about areas of ambiguity?
Yes, areas of ambiguity.
Wasn't this what everybody's been pushing, or a lot of people have been pushing for forever, of like this perfect utopian, we are all one, there is no male or female, we are all just humans. It just seems like that everybody's trying to recondition people's brains to be thinking this way.
Well, I don't know if I go that far.
We're trying to wipe out the ugly thoughts that we have and the ugly instincts that we have.
Right. So
we figure if we like say these things, the bottom line is if people are having these thoughts and you're having these feelings, then they're there. But we're trying to pretend that they're not there. All this is whitewashing. This is literally just taking a nice little picture and putting it over an ugly picture and hoping that no one sees the ugly picture underneath. It's not real.
Like, we're just going to hope that a breeze doesn't come by and blow away the nice picture.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And we're hoping that if we leave the nice picture on top of the ugly picture, that the nice picture will become reality. And it's not the way it is. Because this is not how people think.
Of course not.
It's unrealistic. It's not connected to the way anybody interacts.
No. And not everybody is this, demonic villain. But there's levels to all this stuff. Like you can't just have, there's not one human experience that's just like, this is how things are going to be perceived.
Can you imagine 500 years from now, though, how we will communicate? It will be this robotic at all. It really will be.
You think so?
100%. Look at how bad it's gotten in 20 years.
In terms of language.
Language and
words
the way we
getting
think.
Replaced.
And thoughts. Well, eventually we'll have. They're already starting to be able to see what you can dream and what little electrons, whatever, fire off when you think of certain letters.
Minority Report.
They're getting close to being able to do that.
Oh boy.
And eventually, once they can do that, forget it. All bad thoughts will be wiped out. Negative thoughts will be penalized.
Oh, so you're saying it'll be paradise?
Yes, it will be.
Yes, finally. We'll finally be where we've always needed to be. If you wouldn't mind, partner Troy, could we continue?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Explore what bias means and how it shows up every day in each and every one of us.
So today, when we close down our stores to get more training and hopefully come away with more.
Well, they apparently did this in one take. How about you fucking fix that stupid pause? Can we rewind that awful moment? Why is she the only one talking?
You know why she paused? Because she said today when we close our stores.
She didn't know what day it was, right?
Right, because it's not actually filmed that day.
And then she realized, should I brand 529?
Right, yeah, exactly.
She couldn't remember the date.
She thought she was going to get in trouble from her boss. She was like, that was a branding opportunity that you missed.
Yeah. And also, while she's talking, the guy was just sitting across from her with his middle finger up. Watch, you can see it. Watch, you can see it. Watch as she's talking. He's got his middle. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let me see.
So today, when we close down our stores to...
She can't believe it.
She's like, why is that guy flipping me off?
Why is that guy mouthing "fuck you" at me?
Is he saying bitch? It's totally uncalled for.
And hopefully come away with more learnings around bias. Can we structurally change the organization?
So I think we would say
more learnings, like saying monies. When people want to sound important, they put an S on it.
They just
learnings
inappropriately pluralize.
Who says learnings?
It's never been said before.
We're hoping for some more learnings.
Doesn't make any sense. It's like a little kid talking.
It really is like a child talk. But I'm glad she's piping in.
Did you notice her?
Yeah, I'm happy she's finally chiming in here.
She's good.
Yeah.
She's good.
Structural work is something that has to be done for far longer than the 4-hour day.
And that's policy?
That's the work the company has to do to support the partners in the individual work, because one of the things we don't want to see...
Look at the Manchurian Candidate look on this poor guy's face.
Yeah.
Just sitting there. Go back and look at the guys. If you want to watch this later, it's called Starbucks Racial Bias Training Preview.
And we'll tweet out the video if we haven't already.
We'll tweet it out. It's fucking phenomenal.
It's amazing.
How awful this is.
It's amazing.
Watch the guy. It's about 2 minutes in, and there's a guy at the table with 3 women. And look at his face. Like he doesn't even want to make the wrong facial expression.
Right.
He doesn't want his real thoughts, which is, ugh. Shut up. He doesn't want you to know that's what's on his mind.
To support the partners in the individual work, because one of the things we don't want to see is for each person to have to bear this burden alone.
After a bit of learning and inspiration, partners will explore bias personally and how it shows up in each of their lives.
When I first started working there, I had to deal with difficult homeless customers all the time.
So what would happen was I would put flammable liquid on them and I would say, get out of here, you bums. And then I would throw a match at them as I kicked them into the street.
Yeah. My manager kept a tub of kerosene under the cash register at all times in case, as he said, the hobo problem resurfaced.
Yes, or I would keep a fly swatter under and I would repeatedly hit their face and say, get out of here, you pants-shitting insect.
Right. I learned what I could do with a lighter and a can of hairspray, and I would shoot fireballs at the homeless.
Yeah, this guy gets it wrong. He's like, these fucking bums. Like, you can't say that.
What are you doing?
This is not the video.
Restroom shooting up. Immediately, I shut down. I froze.
They'll then explore the realities and impact of racial discrimination in public accommodations.
They're showing stuff from this Martin Luther King marches.
Well, Starbucks wasn't even around then.
It's a coffee problem. We don't need to go this far back.
And
they're trying to. They want it to have weight and importance.
They do.
Part of 529 was showing a documentary about the history of public injustice.
Oh, that's smart. Because people
Really
didn't
cool.
know before.
No, I wasn't sure what happened. I thought that America was pretty utopian all along, but apparently there was. Did you know that there were marches in the 60s?
What, like the month?
No, in the 1960s there were marches. No,
Yeah.
no, not marches. No, like people marching.
Well, technically, yes. I don't want it. Travis is technically right. There were 12 marches.
That's my truth.
There were 10 marches in the 60s. There were also other marches for justice. But yes, you're both technically correct as as human beings. But different, but still same.
So they're showing colored waiting room.
Yeah. I also love that they were talking about the bathroom and their experiences, their traumatic experiences of watching homeless people shoot up in the bathroom. And how does Starbucks respond? By putting a fucking revolving door on the bathroom for anybody that wants to use it.
And by the way, now they have a black and white photo, colored waiting room, and there's a black guy underneath it. And you know what they ought to do? They ought to show now Harvard University black graduation, because that's what they're doing. They had a black-only graduation for black students that blacks were invited to. I guess for whatever reason, they ought to show that things change, but they don't really change.
We're only talking about the 60s, Jim.
No. But they should show today.
We're just talking about the 60s.
But shouldn't they
We're
show?
We're just going to talk about the 60s.
But why not show that
just
today?
for the 60s, Rosa Parks.
Now there's instead of it being legally mandated, now it's kind of almost a
Rosa Parks.
A self-segregation at times for socially just reasons, as people see it. I don't know.
Could somebody have partner Jim step out of the room? We have to talk to him.
But there was the Harvard black graduation.
Partner
Am I correct?
Jim step out. This is
almost like the more things change, the more they stay the same.
But different.
It's a fucking cool tattoo.
From the civil rights movement all the way to today. Partners will be joined by award-winning documentarian Stanley
See right there,
Nelson.
go back. That's a nice moment. Look, they're showing some diners and some police about to have a nice meal together.
That wasn't what was...
The police are checking in on their meal. Look at that, making sure that they've been... Look, are you enjoying your meal? That's a nice photo.
You think that's what was going on?
Yes, there's two black customers, and there's literally 6 police officers there making sure that their meal is satisfactory.
Did I not tell you this is the best burger in town? All right, enjoy your meal.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Award-winning documentarian Stanley Nelson, as he presents his film, You're Welcome.
I try to make sure I make eye contact with people who may or may not be security or managerial staff, just to ensure that, I'm not here to hide anything. I watch my tone to make sure that I don't come off as threatening. Just leaving the house some days, sometimes it just keep you at home.
Okay, I don't know who this man is, but why is he menacing?
Well, I don't like that it seems like part of the training is also teaching black people how to speak and make eye contact. Well, what are we watching?
I think he's saying that as a black man, he has to do that so he doesn't come off as scary and menacing, and he doesn't want people to prejudge him as being frightening. So he'll do things like he has to walk in and go, "I'm not stealing."
Jim,
you kind of sad.
As soon as his face was on screen, though, you jumped out of your chair.
Yes, I did. I hid because he has cornrows.
I see.
Watch a bit of Kevin and Roz's reaction to the film.
Yeah.
Learn something.
Oh, good. If there's one thing I want, it's Kevin and Roz's reaction. I'd rather watch the reaction of 2 Girls, 1 Cup. Fuck them. Fuck Kevin and Roz.
You think so?
Oh, Kevin and Roz could eat a bag of shit.
Kevin is the crying CEO.
Yes, he is. Roz is his friend. Who's Roz? I want to see him watch a bit of Kevin. I bet you Kevin's emotional. Again!
Yeah.
Blubbering fool.
We all learned something from Stanley Nelson's film. What are your personal takeaways?
It'd be funny if Kevin just snapped. You know what we don't need is blacks menacing our employees. Cut. Cut. That's
Kevin.
not what we're trying to say, Kevin.
No, Kevin.
Oh, his red
What are
face.
Yeah, we want the Don Lemon, Kevin.
At least Roz looks like a fun person to be around.
You think so?
Those shit glasses. Ugh.
Personal takeaways.
For me, I think it's sobering. I mean, it just highlights this is a long journey and a long struggle.
Tearing up.
When I saw the film and thought about public accommodations, I began to think about racial anxiety.
Oh.
Being African American myself and how I feel when I walk into some venues, I know what that feels like.
Once the film is over, partners will also hear recommitments to policy, guidelines, and leadership from senior leaders at Starbucks.
This is the first step. And there's more work to be done for sure.
Kevin is
So
smiling now.
He is.
Kevin is smiling. He's with 2 African-American women, and everyone's getting along.
Yeah.
Kevin gets it.
He's like, happy? Are we happy? Are we happy?
He's
We're
smiling.
happy.
I've never been around 2 of them at once, and I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good as a white guy.
Hey, guys. He's looking right into the camera. Not bad, huh?
Not bad. There's 2 of them. I haven't even thought it once.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty good white guy.
Oh, just
exhausting.
You just see him mouth the word by accident as they're talking. Kevin, what are you doing?
But look at
Did you guys hear that? I thought that.
Look at his self-satisfied smirk. Like, I'm doing pretty good here. This is what it's about.
Does he wear that stupid purple sweater in every appearance he does? I've never seen him without a purple sweater on.
It's terrible. His red face. It's worth the price of admission to see his dumb smile and red face. He's a red-faced idiot.
He is a white guy too.
Oh,
yeah.
Boy, is he?
Oh yeah.
We can't wait to get involved in some of the leadership training we've got planned.
We'll bring the 2 conversations together by exploring how partners can work to create a more
Who's this
welcoming
guy in his
startup.
uncomfortable no-shoulder stance? It's like DeRosa if he was black.
It's Michael K. Williams. You don't think it looks like
you
him?
You scared me for a second. The guy's name is Taz MB. I don't know. It's MBO. Maboji. He's a district manager. I really thought for a second that's not Michael K. Williams.
No, it just
I'm
looks
so
like him.
stupid.
Yeah. Michael K. Williams' shoulders don't slant down diagonally from
Dude,
his ears.
It's amazing. And he's got his hand on the thing for balance because he's nervous.
Yeah.
We'll bring the 2 conversations together by exploring how partners can work to create a more welcoming Starbucks.
Yeah.
Get your notebook out and turn to what makes me me.
Okay.
And you.
Okay, hold on.
Together,
Hit
partners
pause for
will
a second.
I want to get my notebook out.
Yeah, what makes me me? If you could tell me what page.
What page is that, fucko? Cocksucker.
These are not words that you should be using.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be unpartner-like, but how about this hunk of shit gives me a fucking page number? What makes me me and you?
Oh wow, there's workbook stuff in this notebook.
I know there is.
There's so much in that notebook.
What page is this on?
I don't know.
Come on, partner Teft.
Let's continue on with the video.
God fucking damn it.
And you.
Together, partners will explore inspiration, partner stories, and problem solve using new tools to reiterate our
New
commitment
tools, the pen.
to the green.
We had pens the whole time.
Oh no.
To reiterate
What, Jim?
The commitment. I can't even say it. Just let it play.
our commitment to the green apron. What we look
That's
like
what they
in action.
refer to their jobs as. Our commitment to the green apron.
Dude, Starbucks is a cult.
Yeah.
A commitment to the green apron in the 3rd place. Uplifting people. I'm telling you, this is half racial bias training, half let's start indoctrinating people into the Starbucks cult. This is worse than like the shit Apple used to do.
Do you have a commitment to the green? This is worse than what Jim Jones used to do. Do you have a commitment to the green apron?
Well, have you been listening to Anon Raz?
This is it's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing.
And problem solve using new tools to reiterate our commitment to the green apron. What we look like in action when we are truly at our best. Ultimately, 529 will focus on creating belonging in our stores and learning about what gets in the way. But remember, 529 will just be a start.
Do you hear how these you hear how these insincere piles of shit are branding 529?
529.
3rd place, 529. Commitment to the green. They're going to have some kind of 529 cup. Like you said, that was ago or something. You're right.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to make the money from closing the store for the day.
Yeah.
529. Then again, this was if they did release this publicly.
On 529, we made our commitment to the green apron.
Everything changed.
Leah Remini is going to be doing a documentary about Starbucks at any moment.
Yeah, she really will. And they took me in the back and they put a plunger in my anus and screamed green apron in my ear.
I'm committed
to the green apron.
But remember, 529 will just be a start. In the coming weeks, months, and years, we will address many other facets of what makes us truly human.
Good.
Yeah, and part of that, by the way, is our ugly thoughts.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're different and we all have a little prejudice in us. We all have a little bit.
These are people who earn vacation time by the minute.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Stalker Patty used to come in here and say that she's collected 4 hours of vacation time, and now they want her to commit to the Green Apron.
Whew.
Why would you need a vacation from the third place?
Yeah, it sounds like a wonderful place.
It does.
Yeah.
Of what makes us truly human. The work will grow to reflect the realities of our abilities, ethnicities, gender identities and expressions, sexual identities, class, language, citizenship, political views, religious affiliations, and more. It won't be perfect, but we are all in this together.
Oh, good. Good shit. Good shit.
Yeah, political views. Let's see how many Make America Great Again hats there are.
Well, everybody's allowed, right? Or no? Oh. Whoops.
Wow.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It is cult-like.
Yeah.
And it's not sincere. It's a company panicking.
I thought it was just kind of corporate speak, overreaction, asinine stuff until I watched that video, and it was like the language that's used, the branding of every other word. It is so scary, cult-like.
Now, this is what? Oh, this is a video. Or no, what?
No, it's just the New Yorker posted an article about it.
And that's just the intro video.
That's just the intro.
There's 20 videos in their indoctrination. or
That's
whatever
just
we're calling
How
it.
long was this? A 4-hour thing?
Yeah.
That's just that's a 5-minute video explaining what's going to be happening.
Yeah. Then there's 20 more.
Now, did Common go to all the Starbucks?
No. He was in some of the videos.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Those are up on their website.
What a great gig for Common. Made a ton of money.
Oh, boy, did he.
Just got to go into like a warehouse and be like, hey, I'm Common.
Probably got a lot of third place merch early.
Probably
I
got
hope
a
so.
ton of third place merch. What do you think's better, the third place or the third shift?
Oh, third shift.
John and Jeff?
Yeah, definitely. They would be totally behind this.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah, we're two humans. The short film, these are some people who left me humbled after today's training. Thank you for sharing it with us. As Starbucks partners, barista at Starbucks, I can say that the course we went through today was absolutely phenomenal. Incredible, well-organized course to help confront unconscious biases we all face in our daily lives. The inclusion of film made it especially powerful.
All these Twitter accounts belong to the CEO's wife.
Yeah, I think
They're all just burner accounts.
yes, boy, that president, red face, class act.
Blotchy but fair. Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff in this like notebook, I love that Travis, he printed out the entire team guidebook and notebook.
Because he believes in it.
For both Jim and I to not only have, but study,
And learn
read.
from.
I want you guys to better yourselves. Not that you're not good already, but we can always
We all
improve.
need improvement.
I
Partner
appreciate
Teft.
that, Partner Teft.
Yeah, the Perception Institute's Alexis McGill Johnson. Yeah, these are all from the Perception Institute.
I mean, and then like the work
Color
exercises are like the first time you, number 1, noticed your racial identity.
I remember for me when it was.
When?
I walked through a room and people just began applauding.
Okay.
I don't think you'd be popular at these.
Well, I don't know. I think we can work. How about the first time you noticed how race affected your beauty standards? I know that there's been many instances, but this is the
Hard to
first
pick one, right?
The first time, the very first time you're sitting there and you're going like, you know what? My beauty standards are affected by my race. Do you remember?
I think when I went over to my friend's house, he happened to be non-white.
Okay, that's all. I won't ask anything more.
And he and his family were there. And they were just touching my hair. They were saying, how can we get ours like this?
Okay, that's bad. It's no good. Okay, no good. That's okay. We'll move on to number 3 of 4. Number 3, the first time you felt your accent impacted people's perception of your intelligence or competence. Do you remember when that was? When you look back, the way you speak?
Nah, cuz.
Okay, it's not your accent.
I don't remember.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. How about the first time you Okay, this is not going to be a good one. Travis, do you know what number 4 is? I see you laughing.
No, but I read them all before.
The first time you altered your communication style, dialed up or down to avoid playing into stereotypes.
Probably January 8th, 1981.
What happened then?
I just was talking to some black friends and decided to be like them.
Is that when, what was your Big Daddy James started talking?
Yeah, yo, what's up?
Man, I don't know. I ain't never be affecting my communication styles.
Oh, it was so bad.
Terrible. Just terrible.
It's embarrassing.
It really is.
Trying to follow the guys into New Brunswick, and they kept walking ahead of me. They didn't want to be seen with me.
What were you saying to them?
Go wait up, man.
Why would you talk like that?
I don't know.
You had a good...
I had glasses.
You were a dork.
I was a complete dork. Fucking nerd.
Yo, man, wait up, y'all.
Ugh.
That's not how you talk, man.
No, it's not.
Never
was.
was.
It wasn't at all.
Never was.
I was a suburban nerd who blew his friends.
Will you isolate that, please? Then there's like essay portions where they give you...
Oh, come on. That's a Latin stereotype. Oh, there he is. Hip-hop Jimmy.
Looks like a young Jeff Dahmer.
Honestly does. Look at you see the hair of the cowlicks, though?
You got a great set of hair. Yeah. Or head of hair.
Set of hair. You got a great set of hairs. Look at the way all those hairs come together.
But that was after going to the barber and having it, like literally he styled it and parted it, and that was hairspray holding it from flopping in my... I hated my hair so much.
Did you go to the barber and go like, hey, can you give me the horse's ass?
Yes, I did. And he did.
Your tie's a little crooked.
My tie was crooked. Yeah, but that
Yeah,
kind of
tie
added to
was
the charm. I
crooked.
was a wild kid.
That's true. You were probably just right before this photo going like this. And shaking that knot around.
Hey, you're okay.
That's right. That's right. They want you to write an entire page behind the question, what does being present with someone mean to you? What is being present?
Hold on a second. I'm looking at something.
Okay, that's no good. You're not good at this. By the way, I'm assuming these notebooks were not collected, right?
No, those are 100% for you.
This would be like when you're in school. They would do this sometimes in school. They would have you fill out these notebooks, and you would just go home with them to reflect on them. I would never answer one question in them. Never.
No.
If you're not going to check my work, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you know what reflection I would do?
What's that?
What it was like to look on the inside of the trash can as I dropped it.
You would throw it in the garbage?
Yep.
Ah, shucks.
Indeed.
How does it feel when a Starbucks customer is not engaged or present with you or a fellow partner?
Good. Because how engaged do you want with a fucking Starbucks customer?
Did you want your customers coming in and becoming your great friends?
Yeah, that's why we have mobile ordering now where they just leave the drink on the counter and you go in and you don't have to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is a 2-page question. And this is all from the Starbucks notebook that they gave out yesterday or whenever it was.
Awesome.
What is the single most impactful thing you will do to bring your team's commitments to life? Please write 2 pages.
But that's a single thing.
That's true.
What's the single most important thing you'll do? Smile.
Wouldn't that be great? If you just wrote the word smile, left the rest blank.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's amazing. It's incredible that this is real life. Starbucks is one of the biggest companies there is.
It's real life.
That's why they're doing this. Look at all the good press that they got.
Yeah, someone's got to lead.
Yeah.
Are they getting good press, or do a lot of people think it's ridiculous?
The people have to know it's idiotic.
Yeah.
It's complete assholery.
The back of the notebook just says the words "my thoughts," and then it leaves several blank pages for you to write down
Who
your
the
thoughts.
fuck is writing their thoughts in the back of this Starbucks manual? Jesus Christ. How empty are we as people that we got to write them in the back of a Starbucks manual?
Or
go home and blog about it, or vlog, whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah, go vlog on YouTube. That Starbucks thinks that this is going to help it. This is what people want to do. Write down their thoughts in the back of their Starbucks.
I would love to have Patty bring hers in.
Oh my God.
She still works at Starbucks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Contact her.
I would love to see what she wrote in hers.
Ask her to bring a notebook in.
You know she took it seriously.
Yeah, and I also know that she voted for Trump.
Oh boy.
So
yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, can you get in touch with her
I'll
and
get in
have
touch
her
with her.
come in next week maybe? Wow.